Have you ever wondered if your daily habits are silently harming your brain? What if I told you that one common thing millions of people do every single morning could silently increase your risk of a stroke? Not years from now, not months, but overnight. Hi, my name is Dr. Joseph Lankford. I've been a brain specialist for over 2 decades. I've studied stroke victims, researched long-term brain health, and worked closely with elderly patients across the world. But there's one disturbing trend I've noticed in recent years, and I'm finally speaking out about it. This video might save your life, or the life of someone you love, because stroke doesn't wait for old age anymore. It creeps in slowly, without warning. And the cause could be something as simple as what you do when you first wake up. Let's get straight to the point. Most people believe that strokes are random, that they only happen to people who are very sick, very old, or very inactive. But that's not true. The truth is, strokes often build up silently for years, caused by tiny, visible damages inside your blood vessels, especially those inside your brain. And here's the shocking part. More than 60% of strokes happen early in the morning, often within 1 to 2 hours after waking up. Why? Because of one hidden morning habit that almost nobody talks about. Now let me ask you something. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thing you do? Do you jump out of bed quickly? Do you reach for your phone and check your messages? Do you rush to the bathroom? Maybe even strain while sitting on the toilet? These seem like normal things, right? But that's where the problem begins. Let me explain. When you're sleeping, your blood pressure naturally drops, your heart rate slows down, your body enters a calm, low-energy state. But when you wake up, your body needs time to adjust. It needs a gentle rise in heart rate and blood pressure. But most people don't give their body that time. Instead, they immediately get up. Sometimes with a jolt, especially if an alarm clock shocks them awake. This sudden movement causes a sharp increase in blood pressure, especially in the upper body and head. Your blood vessels, which may already be weak or narrowed due to age, cholesterol or stress, can't always handle that pressure. And that's when strokes happen. This sudden rise in blood pressure is called a morning blood pressure surge. It's one of the most dangerous things that can happen to your brain, especially if you're over 50. Now, combine that with dehydration, another major morning mistake. When we sleep, we don't drink any fluids for 6 to 8 hours. But we still breathe, sweat, and sometimes lose fluid through shallow breathing or dry air. By morning, our body is slightly dehydrated. Our blood becomes thicker. This thicker blood moves slower and makes clotting more likely. So now you have 2 dangerous factors: a sudden pressure surge and thick blood. That's a perfect recipe for a stroke. And it gets worse. Most people don't drink water first thing in the morning. Instead, they reach for coffee, which, as you know, is a diuretic. That means it makes you urinate more and dehydrates you even further. So instead of rehydrating your brain and blood vessels, you're draining them even more. This increases the risk of clots, blood vessel ruptures, and stroke. Still think your morning routine is harmless? Let me take it further. One of the most dangerous habits I see in patients, especially seniors, is rushing to the bathroom and straining during bowel movements first thing in the morning. It might seem unrelated, but it's very real. Here's why. When you sit on the toilet and push too hard, especially when you're constipated, your chest pressure increases, your heart rate changes, and you activate something called the Valsalva maneuver. This can suddenly increase pressure in your brain's blood vessels. And guess what? Many strokes occur while people are sitting on the toilet. I've seen it more than once in the emergency room. The patient felt dizzy. Their face drooped. They couldn't move their arm. Why? Because of that deadly combination of straining, dehydration, and sudden blood pressure change. And yet, no one talks about it. Now, let's talk about the real morning habit that's putting your brain in danger. The biggest mistake most people. Make every day is getting out of bed too quickly without allowing their brain and blood vessels to adjust. Yes, that's it. The act of jumping out of bed suddenly may seem harmless. But for seniors, for people with high blood pressure, for those with any heart or cholesterol issues, it can be deadly when you go from lying down to standing up instantly. Your blood needs to adjust its flow. Gravity pulls it down. Your heart must pump harder to push it to the brain. But if your arteries are stiff or narrowed, that blood can't move fast enough. The result: dizziness, fainting, or a full-blown stroke. So now that you know the risk, what can you do? You can change your morning routine in less than 5 minutes. Here's exactly what I tell my patients. When you wake up, don't sit up immediately. Open your eyes. Take 3 deep breaths. Let your body wake up slowly. Move your toes and fingers. Roll your wrists. This activates blood flow gently. Turn to your side slowly. Then push yourself up to sit. Sit at the edge of the bed for about 30 seconds. Let your body balance its pressure. Drink a full glass of room temperature water. Not cold, not hot. Just plain water to rehydrate your blood and brain. This process takes just 2 to 3 minutes, but it can dramatically reduce your stroke risk, especially in the morning. But that's not all. Here are a few more morning mistakes you should avoid. Mistake number 1: checking your phone immediately after waking up. This increases mental stress, especially if you read negative news or work messages. Your cortisol rises. Stress increases blood pressure. Mistake number 2: skipping breakfast or eating too much sugar. Low blood sugar or a sugar spike both affect blood vessel health. Choose oats, boiled eggs, or fruit like bananas for a balanced breakfast. Mistake number 3: drinking only coffee, no water. Like we said earlier, coffee dehydrates. Always drink water first. Coffee can come later. Mistake number 4: ignoring early signs. If you ever feel dizzy, numbness in one arm or leg, slurred speech, or confusion in the morning, don't wait. Call emergency services. These are early signs of stroke. Let me give you one final tip. There's a simple home test you can do right now to check your brain blood circulation. It's called the sit-to-stand test. Here's how it works. Sit calmly for 5 minutes. Now stand up quickly. Do you feel lightheaded, dizzy, or off balance? If yes, your brain might not be getting enough blood when you change positions. A red flag for stroke risk. You should talk to your doctor about this and get your blood pressure, cholesterol, and arteries checked. Also, ask about a test called the carotid Doppler ultrasound. It checks the main arteries going to your brain. If there's a blockage, doctors can catch it early before a stroke ever happens. I've seen too many patients come in after the damage has already been done, they say. Doctor, I never knew. I felt fine. I thought it was nothing. But now, they live with partial paralysis or memory loss, or they can't speak clearly anymore. Don't wait until it's too late. Your brain is your most precious asset. You use it to think, to love, to speak, to move, to remember your children's names. Protecting it doesn't need to be expensive or complicated. It just takes awareness and small changes, like the one we talked about today. So please, tomorrow morning when you wake up, remember this. Don't jump out of bed. Sit up slowly, breathe, rehydrate. Move mindfully. It could be the difference between life and death. If you found this helpful, share it with someone over 50, a parent, a friend, a neighbor. You could be saving their brain, their mobility, even their life, because prevention always beats regret. Thank you for watching. Stay safe, stay smart, and start your mornings the healthy way.